So, shooters and reloaders out there, and Three Circles passengers and members, this is Fortune Cookie 45LC coming to you from the Hot Lead Zone Express. And what I got here is a care package that you see in the upper left, and that's what's inside it. This is from Thomas DRAGE. So Thomas, thank you so much for this fantastic gift. And it's kind of like I'm moving to Washington State and you're sending me a care package, and look at all this great stuff. Let's break it down for all of you out there. So Thomas DRAGE, thank you so much for these. What it is on the left, the Woodley 303 British bullet. That's .312 caliber, and it's 215 grain round nose, soft nose, weld core bullets made by Woodley. And the box is 50 rounds. There's about 30 rounds in here, and they're premium hunting bullets. But next we have here a Hornady 115 grain Spire Point bullet. That's the old design. They came out with the Spire Points first, but then after the reports from the hunting fields came back, the bullet had some instances of core and jacket separation. So that's when in the 1980s Hornady made an improvement and called it the interlock. Same bullet really, but they put a thicker jacket on the base and also a kind of an interlock ring inside as part of the jacket that actually help keep the core and jacket together. And this is called a Hornady interlock bullet, and it's made to this day. Here's what those Hornadys look like, typically in longer type boxes. And you see they're 150 grain 303 caliber Spire Points. And these have held up real well through all the years that Thomas DRAGE had these. And so he's kind of sharing these with me now, and it's a great gift. There's quite a few in there. But Spire Points you won't see anymore because the Hornady interlocks came out and supplanted the Spire Point. But this is a great bullet for historical value and still useful. And this is the packaging now for the interlocks. And the thing about Hornadys is sometimes when you keep them for a while, they get this kind of a darkening of the jacket. But that's okay because these bullets are still great. Now the next bullet right here is a Sierra, and also in 303 caliber. So Thomas sent me these 180 grain Spitzers. And again, that's an earlier type of Sierra design, but very useful bullet. So this is a good example of the Sierra packaging. Nice plastic box with those nice 180 grain projectiles in there. Crow Hunter. A lot of you out there use these. So one thing you've noticed, all these bullets are 303 caliber, which is .312 or 311. So now look at the brass that Thomas DRAGE sent me. So Thomas DRAGE also sent me some nice 303 caliber brass. What you see here is an example of the Norma 7.62 by 54R brass that he sent me. So an example of Midway's packaging, 7.62 by 54R brass by Norma. And you know, Norma is a very well-regarded manufacturer of brass and ammunition. Well, next from Thomas DRAGE is this fine 303 brass. Again, this is in the 303 caliber, which is what these bullets are, the European 30 caliber. And the first thing you think about when you talk about European 30 calibers is the 303 British. And what we have here is Winchester brass. Almost a full box of the 303 British brass. And this is Winchester. And you don't see this. It's very hard to find Winchester brass now in any caliber, much less 303 British. Well, next here we have a Winchester 284 Winchester brass. And 284 is actually a caliber that's highly specialized for competition, long-range shooting. And it is one of our rebated cases. What that means is the rim is actually a smaller diameter than the body of the case. So it looks a little perverse having a rim that's smaller inset to the body of the case, but that's the rebated design. One of our categories of brass, rebated. Well, thanks to Thomas DRAGE, we got a nice peanut butter jar here with the 284 Winchester brass in there, and must be about 40 rounds or so in there. Thanks, Thomas. Nice. Finally, we have this little wee guy right over here. It is actually a 45 auto rim case, and Starline, no doubt. So, as you know, we have a 45 auto rim barrel in the Thompson Center Encore, and that's really a nice barrel, and got about 100 rounds of this Starline brass thanks to Thomas DRAGE. There's the 45 auto rim brass. Fantastic. Brand new. And this is a map of the middle United States. This is Chicago, Illinois, right there. Kind of gives you a kind of orientation. Here's Indianapolis, Indiana, St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. Well, why am I showing you this map? Why do you think Midway USA is named Midway USA? And the reason why is the headquarters and the warehouses of Midway USA is located right there in Columbia, Missouri, which is right between St. Louis and Kansas City, midway between those two big towns. Also midway between the northern border and the southern border of Missouri. So it's actually right in the middle of Missouri, and that's why Midway USA is called Midway USA, right there. Kind of nice to be right in the middle of all the action, isn't it? Well, thanks again to Thomas DRAGE for his very generous gift. So shooters and reloaders out there, hope you enjoyed this road down trivia lane and interesting facts about the United States in terms of the shooting industry and sports. Take care. See you next video. Bye for now.